Hello my fellow Disney nerds, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, I'm Roxana. In today's video I have a Disney dollar store box swap video for you guys. This is a collaboration with a few other crafty Disney YouTubers. This was put together by my partner channel, Cat Over Perfectly Cat. She's the one that's hosting this. All of the participating channels will be linked in the description down below. Also, Fallout disclaimer, and I just want to put this out there. My original intro to this video is flat out gone. I don't know what happened to it. I can't find it. So you guys won't be able to see my initial reaction of me opening the box that I got and all the supplies that were in there. But what I can tell you is that my box came from okay, so what I can tell you is that my box came from Nicole over at EARresistable Magic, and she sent me like a whole the theming to the box was Star Wars. So basically, what we had to do was we had to go to a dollar store or dollar-like store and find items based on a theme, and we were that the person that we sent to had to kind of create something based off of that theme. The theme that I had for my person was attractions, and mine was Star Wars themed, and everything that was in my box was all Star Wars themed. Sorry, I don't have the original intro to that with you guys getting my reactions to the things that I wore in my box for me to create stuff with. So yeah, but what I am going to do is I'm going to just show you the things I made. I didn't record me making these things because that would have been forever, to be honest. And yeah, this video would literally be like ridiculously long if I showed you how I made everything. But I'll just talk you guys through what it is that I made and how I made it. So one of the items that Nicole put into my box were from the dollar store were one 2-pack of headbands, and I make ears, so obviously Nicole knows that. And since everything else was all like Star Wars themed, what I ended up doing was I took the fabric that I had on hand, and it just happened to be Star Wars, and I took one of the headbands and made ears out of it. I did the same process that I normally do with my ears. It's a no-sew technique. So what I did was I took my ear foam and batting template, traced it around onto cardboard. I traced 4 pieces of those onto cardboard, cut them out, and then then I took my ear cutting template, traced that onto the fabric, and then traced 4 of those onto the fabric, cut that out, and then glued the fabric onto the cardboard, and just hot glued it section by section, and then leaving the bottom portion open so that I could stuff the ears. Once they were all glued, I then stuffed the ears, and then glue them shut, and then once every single earpiece was stuffed and glued shut, I then glued the earpieces together so that you get one ear on this side and an ear on this side and then like an ear on this side. And then I then took the trim that I had on hand. The trim I already had, so obviously not spending money there. And I just measured it, hot glued it around the ears, and then did the same thing with this ear, measured it, hot glued it around section by section. And then I took the same fabric from that I made the ears with, made a bow out of it. I cut out a piece of squared fabric that's like this big or whatever, and folded it long ways in center, and then fold the other side long ways in center, and then glue that down, and then fold the two ends towards the middle. So like here's the fabric, so this side got folded in towards the middle, and then this side got folded in towards the middle. Glued those middle pieces together, those middle section pieces together, and then once I was done with that, I folded the bow accordion style, and then I cut a strip of fabric, and then wrapped it around. I know the bow's kind of lopsided, but whatever. Work with it. Wrapped it around the center of the bow, and then once that was done, then I moved on to the headband and wrapped the headband in the exact same fabric, gluing it down section by section, and then I added a white trim on the inside so that it was perfectly lined. This was also glued section by section down so that there was a little bit more of a grip to the headband so that it's not sliding back and forth a lot. And then once the headband was completely wrapped, I then took the earpieces and then the bow. I lined up the earpieces onto an ear spacing template and then glued them down to where I wanted them to be, and then I took the bow, glued it down to the center, firmly pressed down with pressure, and then for a few seconds, and then that's pretty much craft number 1 that I did. Craft number 2 is similar, but I skipped the whole ear portion. Instead, I just made a headband, and what I did was first I wrapped the headband with the fabric this same way that I did with the ears. I cut out a piece of fabric, I glued it section by section and just kept rolling, and then trimmed off any excess fabric, and then I lined it in the same white trim, and then I made the bow the same way that I did for the ears. And I kind of I took my ear spacing template as if I was going to make ears to kind of see where I wanted to lay the bow in, and I kind of placed it, moved it around a little bit before I glued it down. And then once I found where exactly I wanted to place this at, I then glued it down and firmly pressed down, and this is the second one that I did. So with the second headband that Nicole sent me. And then also in that box was were a few more things. There were a Star Wars Santa hat, a Star Wars bag, a gold, like a metallic gold pillow, and I was having a hard time deciding how I wanted to decorate it, and I simply ran out of time, and yeah, I didn't get a chance to decorate it, or like put something Star Warsy on it. A wood frame, and then a like roped plant holder thingamajig, and a few more things. I know I'm forgetting. Oh, and then some like adhesive like rhinestones. So basically I took the wood frame and I took black chalkboard paint that I had on hand. I had the chalkboard paint I already had on hand. I painted the front side, and then I did the same thing with the back. And then she also included like kids paint that happened to be Mickey's 90th kids paint. Here's the thing. This is where it kind of turned into this one turned into a fail. By the time I opened the kids paint, got to the frame and had the frame dry and opened up the kids paint, the kids paint was clumpy and just very goopy, and it didn't matter if I added water to it or not. It just wasn't wanting to work with me. So this is the result of the kids paint. It's not the best, and I was afraid that the rest of the colors in that kids paint set were going to be the same consistency. Unfortunately, I had to toss that kids paint out because it was just too goopy and like really not workable. So then, while watching YouTube videos and then Disney Plus, I then took the adhesive rhinestones and just stuck them on or around the edge, and then right down here, and then wherever else I felt adding them to. And then I cut off a small piece of the plant holder, and I use this as like so that I can hang it. The frame did come with like a wooden like kickstand type thing. I have terrible luck with those, and for some reason they never want to work with me. So I decided to just do this instead. I feel like this looks a lot better and cleaner this way than versus that like little wood stand, like, because there's a little hole right there where you would just put it in. I figured this would be a lot easier and more nice than just, yeah. Anyway, so that's basically what I decided to do with all the supplies that Nicole sent me. I'm really sorry you guys didn't get to see my first reaction when I opened the box. I know there are a lot more items that Nicole sent me that I just can't remember right now. Anyways, so those are all the crafts that I made with the supplies that Nicole sent me for the Star Wars themed box. I'm going to link everyone that's participating so you can see what they got and what they made with the supplies that their person sent them. Anyways, I'll see you lovely Disneyers in my next video. Bye guys.